May we have the humility and courage to help restore what has been broken, and the wisdom to live into a new solidarity with Indigenous communities and the earth. Before we begin our service today, I'd like to mention a few brief announcements. We're decorating the sanctuary today at 3 p.m., along with our First Congregation friends. First Christian friends, sorry. We especially need help to get the decorations out of the basement. It is a little bit of a walk and it is a little steep. We promise cookies and hot cider as your reward. Judy Hertz is looking for some ringers to learn a chime piece for Christmas Eve. Yes, Judy's right over there. No previous experience necessary. There are just 2 Wednesday rehearsals in December. So please talk to Judy if you're interested after service. Be sure to pick up an angel tree from Crittenden Services and return your gift by December 8th. You can see Christina Gardner after the service. Nazi's also been very involved in that little round table back in the entry. Next Sunday is our annual bread communion service. You may bring bread to share, perhaps a family recipe or one from your cultural background. These breads will be used during the service. I'm getting hungry already. Christina Garner will once again lead a Spirit of Charles Dickens walking tour on Thursday, December 12th. That sounds really interesting. The cost is $20, proceeds to support our music program. Sign up at uufullerton.org/Dickens. Spots are still available for our Circle Suppers in January. Jerry and I happen to be one of the hosts for that, and we're really looking forward to it, and I hope we can get this really started again, because it was one of my favorite things as a new to UU to get to know all of you, was through our Circle Suppers. So please take a look at that and sign up, and we'd love to see you at either our house or several of the other hosts. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker today. Most of you know him very well. Yes, he's one of our caring listeners, our men's group facilitators, or perhaps you've attended one of his monthly improv workshops. But I know him best as the leader of the engagement committee, which oversees the welcome table, which I'm a part of. So I'm excited to hear what Patrick has to say today. He currently lives in Westminster with his wife, Wendy, whom we also know very dearly, and their 3 cats. We don't know the cats yet. Patrick also has a vastly underutilized bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering and is going back to school next year to become a mindfulness meditation teacher. We'll be sharing joys and sorrows a little later in the service, and if you're in the sanctuary and you'd like to share, slips are located on the back table. You may fill them out up to the end of time for all ages after our children's program. If you're joining us online, I invite you to post your joys and sorrows in the comments section. Those of you in the sanctuary are now welcome to take a few moments to greet one another.
morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday today. Nothing? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me okay?
I know you're having a
Perfect.
lovely
Good
time, but please
morning,
return to your
everybody.
seats. Yes, I do have another announcement for family circle suppers. I'm not Mike. Hello, hello. There it goes. Wow, the miracle and magic of technology. Family Circles is also starting in January, and signups will be starting next week. Please contact Carter if you're in. Oh, Family Circles. Oh, we're starting today? Oh, I'm off again. Is the mic back on? Hello, hello.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. For our opening hymn, we'll be singing Come, Come, Whoever You Are. As we are rising in mind, body, and spirit, let's join us in singing.
And there are hymnals in the back. If you're interested in hymnals, we've added that back into our feature. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about this song. It came through a poem by Rumi, and it was, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of learning, it doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Come yet again, come, come. And this was written by Lynn Unger. As originally written, it included a descant that captured the most important line of this Rumi verse, which is, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. To many, it's the key to the verse and the chance to start anew. That no matter who you are and what we've been through, we can come back to this place where we can find healing, comfort, and inspiration. And we'll sing it as a round. So we'll go through it one time, and then we'll split into a round.
Let's try this again. Yes, very good. May the Flame Burn True and High and Strong by Beatrice Hitchcock. The flaming chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. It is an everlasting flame of this community, offering warmth to those who are cold. It provides light to those who would see. It purifies and transforms this sanctuary into sacred space, making this our sacred community. May its flame burn true and high and strong. I now invite guest speaker Patrick to light the chalice. Please join me in saying our unison affirmation. This flame affirms the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment Love is the doctrine that we share, the quest for truth our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, thus do we covenant with one another. It is our custom to provide donations of non-perishable food and personal items for Pathways of Hope, a local food bank. As the children come forward, we ask them to collect the donations placed at the end of each row. And now the children are invited to come forward for time for all ages.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we
We tried it. Oh, wait. Hello? Nope. Got walnuts. Hello? Hello? Yep. Okay. Man, I was so excited to be a pop star today. Hi, friends. Oh, and some friends I haven't seen in a while. So excited. My name's Megan Watson. I'm the teen coordinator here at UUCF. And today I'm going to talk about something super powerful, like so powerful. I'm going to talk about hope. Have you guys ever hoped for something? Do you want to share what you hoped for? Did it come true? What did you hope for? To go to your friend's house? Did your hope come true? Oh, good. You're going after here? What'd you hope for? Did you get a hamster? Yes, your hope came true. Can you think of any hopes you've had? Oh my gosh, can I know your hamster's name? Oh, Muffin the hamster, that's amazing. Okay, so, oh, brand new baby hamster. So, I think that hope is kind of like this. You all have one of these. Do any of you know what this is called? No? But take a guess. What do you think that is? What do you? Is it like a seed? It's a pineapple. Oh my goodness. So this was originally supposed to be an acorn, so we're going to pretend this is an acorn, but it's a walnut because those are in the supermarkets more than acorns are. So here's what I want you to think about. What do you think this seed or this nut hopes to be one day? An acorn. It was supposed to be an acorn, but let's not worry about that. What do you think this hopes to turn into one day? Oh, I heard an adult say it. A tree. These would turn into trees, right? But here's why it really reminds me of this idea of hope. If I were to take this nut, this seed, and just drop it on the floor, is it going to turn into a tree? Why not? There's no soil. What else would it need if it was going to turn into a tree? Water, sunlight. Yeah, it's pretty, there's light over there, but yeah, it's not. And lots of time, yep. So like this seed, haha, I have another one in my hand. I don't have to even go get that one. It takes a lot of things for our hopes to come to life. First, we start with our imagination. We imagine that thing that we are hoping for. So I want everyone in this room to take a second and close your eyes and imagine that thing that you're hoping for, something that you're hoping for in your life. Use your imagination. You can open your eyes now. So like these seeds, hopes need to have action attached to them. They need a little work, a little care, a little help, a little action, and a little luck if we're going to see those hopes come true, if this seed is ever going to turn into a tree. So I have a question for you, one last question. Do you think that the tree could ever happen without it being the seed first? Could we just have a tree appear out of nowhere? No, it has to start out as a seed, right? Every great thing that's ever happened, every great thing that anyone's ever done had to start out as a hope in someone's imagination. Began as that hope, that spark of imagination in someone's head, but it had to have that action to grow it into the tree. And that's the power of hope. And I hope that you enjoy your classes today. Let's go.
Go with wisdom, go with wonder, go to create a new day. Learn to see the light within you as we send you on your way. Go with wisdom, go with wonder, go to create a brand new day. Learn to see the light within you as we send you on your way.
Okay, our time for joys and sorrows. Those joining us online are invited, in all caps, a joy or sorrow in the comments section. Mary Botts will light a candle for those sharing online, and those in the sanctuary are invited to come forward to light their own candle if you wish. We begin by lighting a candle for all our concerns for the larger world, our wish for peace and justice, our hopes for the children who will inherit this planet. May this candle represent all these wishes and calls to action that are more than we can articulate in this space. And now let us share the personal joys and sorrows in our lives from this community. We have a sorrow from Joseline Shiramoto. My dear 88-year-old friend Lois, for over 40 years, has developed Alzheimer's and is transitioning into assisted living this weekend. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. We have a joy from Sean Thomas, celebrating the memory of President Kennedy, who died on 11/22/1963. Rest in peace, Mr. President. Linda Summers, a sign-up sheet for January Circle Suppers is being passed around to the congregation. Thank you for that reminder, Linda. Right here. Okay. Linda Lillybridge has a concern. Our cat Lola has a cold and isn't eating that much. We hope she will be getting better soon. We now light one more candle for all those joys, concerns, and sorrows that remain unexpressed but are still held close to our hearts. And now please join me in saying the affirmation on the screen. We join you in celebrating your joys, and may you feel our love and compassion for your sorrows and concerns. For all that is spoken and unspoken, may the caring of our beloved community sustain us all.
You can keep your eyes open for most of this meditation. It's a little different. And I'm going to ask you to go ahead and look around at the people next to you and even behind you. Go ahead, you can look all the way to the corners. Try to see everyone. And as you do, feel in your hearts. You can keep looking. Who amongst you is the happiest, the most joyful? Who is holding a joy that they haven't said yet? And since you're still looking up here, just imagine all those faces that you just saw. Let them be in your mind, and you can soften your gaze a little bit if that helps. Just forget that I'm up here. Imagine all these people in our community, the ones here and the greater community. Which of them is the saddest right now? It's okay to know. Sometimes it's okay to know who is holding the most pain, the most fear. You may know it. You may know this. It's okay to know. It might be you. If it's you, whether it's a joy or a sorrow or a fear or a love, imagine yourself in a large crowd like you're at a concert and everybody's pressed in so close to you. And you may have seen this, but imagine you're one of those people that kind of gets stuck and your feet don't even touch the ground. But now imagine that that's okay. It's okay. You're kind of held up. The shoulders of those next to you are holding you up, and you feel that, and you know that you are seen and you are held. It's okay to know that that is you sometimes, the one being held. We are an amazing community, and we hold each other, and we will continue to hold each other. And as you bring yourselves back to this moment and slowly open your eyes, let the beauty of this room come back in a very real visual way. And you can look around again if you want, or just feel that everyone's here. Welcome back. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I learned something at my Vipassana retreat, the silence retreat that I went to earlier this summer. 6 days of silence was a lot. Over half the people there were UU ministers. I wasn't, but it was neat to be amongst them. And one of them taught me something. There was a little bit of talking. Occasionally you'd sneak things in and cheat a little bit here and there. And one of the ministers, a minister from Portland, taught me this very simple thing that she starts all of her services with, and it's so beautiful. I want to teach it to you today. And just repeat after me. It is. It is good. It is good to be. It is good to be together. So simple, so simple. It is so good to be together. So the words that I put in the newsletter, sort of the name of today's message, the next Buddha will be a Sangha. And those were words that I read from Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh is a Vietnamese monk, the teacher of the person that will be teaching me my meditation classwork next year, Jack Kornfield. So his teacher wrote a book called Friends on the Path and many other books. And one of the greatest things he ever said was the next Buddha will be a Sangha. And if you're wondering what a Sangha is, so in the original Buddhist lore, there were 3 gems. There's a lot of things. They have a lot of numbers. There's the 3 gems. There's the 4 noble truths. There's the eightfold noble path. But the 3 gems were 1, the Buddha, 2, the Dharma, or just what he taught, and 3, the Sangha, S-A-N-G-H-A, which originally just meant the people that followed the Buddha around. So these were the monks, mostly men, of course, back then. And they followed the Buddha around, writing down everything he had to say, all his wisdoms about suffering and the way through suffering. That was the first Sangha, those people that followed him. And then, of course, after Buddha left, this is 2,500 years ago, but history says this Buddha did exist. And after he passed on, many of his followers wondered who they would follow next. They had the Dharma, they had the way, they had all kinds of things. And Buddha had said, just do this, it's fine. You got your Sangha and go and teach. But they were still hoping for someone else to come. And some people thought that the next Buddha would be Maitreya, which is the Buddha of love, a reincarnation that would just bring love. And they were hoping so badly. And many people hope for a savior, whoever that might be, in whatever religion you follow. But Thich Nhat Hanh, he just broke it wide open, at least for me, when he said the next Buddha may be a Sangha, a community. Because today, a Sangha, in Buddhist philosophy and in the things that I study, a Sangha is a community that has come together for a purpose. I see that here. If I can go back just a couple weeks, it's scary, isn't it? Remember that election day? And then remember that Sunday after, when we came here. There were so many people. So many of you were here. It was amazing how many people were here in the sanctuary that Sunday. I wasn't sure what would happen. I honestly was worried. We had a speaker, and it was Reverend Raina, and she was just going to talk about books. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't we have a message? Can we just, that was written before the election. But I just sat there in my uneasiness, and it worked out, didn't it? It worked out. There were so many of us here. A simple message was given, and we heard it, and it was beautiful. And then the week after that, we had Ellie talk about life with a UU minister. Simple message. Us coming together simply on a Sunday. It worked. It felt like, at first, I thought the sands were shifting under my feet, like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? But we went back to the simple process that we have here of getting together on Sundays, meeting over coffee and snacks, and it just started working again because we came together. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Think of all the amazing things we do here. Oh my gosh, the worship committee, it happens. The caring listeners, the social action, always social action, the youth and the RE, the tech crew, the small groups. Oh my goodness, the small groups. Wow. I find so much value in that. And if I may toot my horn, the men's group, the improv, anything that brings you here and gives you a joy, a common, something to do, a wonderful activity. And the social action, if I didn't mention that yet, I think I did, but I'll say it again. All the things we do here, amazing, amazing things. We are a Sangha. We are a Sangha here. And yes, in a few minutes, we're going to have a bit of a let's get involved session. It's going to happen, and I'm going to have you break up and meet some of the people that are running some of the groups here. Find out what they do, maybe sign up to be on a team, because that is how we move forward. We are amazing when we all work together, and that sounds so trite maybe sometimes, but honestly, we all have to pitch in a little. I hate to say it. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. In the coming year, as we, as a community, help each other feel good and loved. That's where the work will be as we grow again. So I only have a couple more words here before we go and have a little bit more singing, maybe music, and then there will be a volunteer drive. Oops, I said it. I wasn't going to say those words. Let's get involved. And I will give you instructions at that time, but it's going to be beautiful. So thank you for listening to me, my wonderful Sangha.
Thank you so much, Patrick. That was lovely. The River of Community by John Saxon. A religious community is like a river formed from the many streams of our lives that meet and merge and flow to the sea. As members and friends of this religious community, we share our time, our energy, our creativity, our imagination, our vision, our talents, our skills, our gifts, and the stream of our individual lives create a river that is both deep and broad. A river that is made of many streams, sustains life, refreshes the land through which it flows. But the river of this community also depends on our shared financial support that makes real our shared values and vision. We will now receive an offering for the support of this religious community and its work in the world. You are invited to give generously and joyfully as you are willing and able.
For our closing hymn, we're going to be singing hymn number 121, We'll Build Land. So if you'll rise, you're willing and able. This song was written by Carol McDade, who was a songwriter, spiritual feminist, and a social activist. She also wrote Spirit of Life. At the Riverside Church Disarmament Conference in 1979, McDade's friend Barbara Zanotti crafted her speech around the words of the prophets Isaiah and Amos. And thus, McDade adapted the lyrics from that speech to this song, and thus it is written rooted both in the Hebrew Bible and anti-war activism. And we always kind of sing it in a little kind of sing-songy kind of way, but I'm going to change that a little today because this is how it should be. It's a drive, it's anti-war, it's activism, and we are building a community, we are building a land, both here and in the world.
Go free, where the oil of gladness dissolves all mourning. Oh, we'll build a promised land that can be. Come, build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a land where we bring good tidings to all the afflicted and all those who mourn, and we'll give them garlands instead of ashes. Oh, we'll build a land where peace is born. We'll build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a land building up ancient cities, raising up devastations from old, restoring ruins of generations. Oh, we'll build a land of people so bold. Come, build a land where brothers and sisters, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. Come, build a land where the mantles of praises resound from spirits once fake and once weak, where live oaks of righteousness stand her people. Oh, come build the land by people we seek. Come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream.
Today, our caring listeners are Mary Botts and Kyra Keener. You can speak with them after service if you have any concerns or would simply like someone to talk to, and trust that what you share is always confidential.
Now, we are going to have our Let's Get Involved event, which is taking place right where you are. Sort of relax yourselves. Woohoo. What we're going to have is 8 different team leaders representing, I think I have a list here. So family and youth is over there, Carter. The tech team will be up there. And I have Kyra with the Caring Committee over here. Mary Botts will be representing small groups. So you just follow the sign. Carter with Family and Youth. Debbie Longbacher with Social Action. Christina Garner representing the Music Committee. Megan Smock will represent Worship Committee. Harry will represent the tech team up there. And Linda Duarte Wolf will represent Welcome Table, snacks and coffee and all that. And Sean's going to help out with that. So the idea is follow them. I think Welcome Table is going to go outside to the Welcome Table, but everybody else will be in here. And for 10 minutes, Get to know them. See what we offer. See where you fit in. Sign up. After 10 minutes, I'll let you go to another location. After 10 minutes, another location. And that will be the end of it. And hopefully we get a lot of wonderful signups. I'm bringing out your pens and your sign-up sheets to you. So go ahead, mingle, get to know, join our lovely community.